7 show match, ladies and gentlemen. We are in game number 4. We see some weird stuff so far, but what's really cool, and I just want to acknowledge this, is between these series, between each game, these guys have helped each other practice so much over the year for StarCraft 2. They have no problem discussing, and Harstem just straight up asked, like, you know, what gas was that, 13? And ForGG's like, no, 15. And they're having this, like, really gentlemanly discussion about what is just, like, this BS build. And I enjoy the sportsmanship going on between these two, the camaraderie and whatnot, so it's really cool to see. But spawning here in the bottom left corner of the map, playing for Millennium, it's going to be the red Terran player, ForGG. Oops, sorry, swept the wrong way.
In the upper right, as the blue Protoss, it's Fnatic's Harstem.
I'm like super dyslexic, I'm spinning all sorts of the wrong ways. But someone asking in chat, Rifkin, you mentioned a VOD earlier, MKP versus who? Well, it's actually not MKP anymore, it's what everyone wants to call him. MVP Marine King is so hard to say. But the VODs for the Alima League are actually cut up and on YouTube. I just have to make them public. But it's Marine King versus Myungsik. There's a really great best of 3 TVP yesterday you guys should absolutely check out. But this series today is not disappointing at all. Of course, Zombie and I being Terran players, I think are enjoying a little bit more than perhaps the Protoss in the audience what's happening. But
Ooh. Is he really gonna go for a proxy?
I think it's just
no, he's gonna force CC. Yeah, there's so too many minerals.
Because I mean, normally it's like it's either 8 or 11, right? It's I don't know what you would proxy on 13 or 14.
Well,
that'd be like Bronze League proxy is what that would be. Well, it's gonna put the engineering bay down though, so you're not entirely wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he proxy engineering bay, obviously. No, I just didn't see a supply depot at the front, and he's been walling off, so I was mistiming the supplies without actually looking at them. Of course, he put it in just his natural, you know, the quickest possible way to do it, and get a CV back, or rather, he put it in his main. Anyways, what is a 14 CC? This is what he did the first game, and this engineering bay block got up pretty damn long. I mean, yeah, it's almost 99% complete. Yeah, 34 to 35. I mean, it's harder to get a higher score than this, but the SV is going to die if not careful. Both players getting a little bit scared. I don't know why Harstem disengaged. He could have killed that very easily. I don't know. But, I mean, this is a big problem. I mean, of course, you have to get that Zealot. Luckily, he did start the Zealot, and, you know, you cancel it when you see that they don't do the engineering bay block, but it's still 100 minerals that you probably are not going to be able to use. It's going to be killing the engineering bay, not going across the map to punish the CC on the low ground. Right,
and this is actually pretty important information as well, just knowing where that Zealot is. I mean, if you don't open with a Reaper, the last thing you want to do is be kiting around one Marine with like 5 SCVs trying to kill this thing.
It's true. Yeah, it's definitely true. It kind of forces Harstem into choosing, like, what does he do? Does he just wait a little bit longer to get that Nexus, or does he go ahead and throw down, like, that Stargate, which he has been doing off of one. So, I don't know, but he's not going to do it. He only is up to, you know, so much gas. And, yeah, it will be that Nexus going down right now. Just a little bit later than what it would have been.
Well, the three racks opener here is a follow-up for ForGG. Totally standard, totally common. What I'm actually enjoying a little bit more, of course, is the bunker at the front. Make those Marine King references earlier today, but we've actually been casting some really awkward TV anything lately. Saturday we had the Marine King show on the Alima League.
Yeah. So I think, you know, because he just hasn't been like that fast on the bunker trigger in the past games, but I really think that seeing that Zealot, of course, and you would definitely see a Zealot, or they made a mistake if they don't, and there's an engineering bay block. You just don't want to rely only on Marines. Like, a bunker just makes it extra safe, especially if you think you don't know what's going on. You don't have a Reaper. There could be an Oracle plus the Zealot poke at the front. So one bunker, one Marine takes care of the front. You pile up all the rest of the Marines in the back just in case an Oracle is coming or the Militia Corps tries to dive in or something like that. And you have a pretty perfect defense, you know. No worries here for ForGG. I guess the only thing he's worrying about maybe is DTs, but that still wouldn't have hit yet, so that's okay. Militia Corps maybe get a little too far ahead of itself?
Yeah, I don't think it'll go down, but oh! Damn if it doesn't get close! But Harstem whipping out that Twilight Council. Of course, the Blink itself is not that scary. The question is how many gateways / Chronos go into it to really change this up. I mean, Chronos alone, I think once upon a time were the sole indicator of an all-in, but it's really the gateway count that makes or breaks how dedicated this will be nowadays. Because sometimes it's just good in general to have fast Blink, catch the medevacs, maneuver around Nodal mines, but 2 gateways for now is nothing so scary. We'll see how much more come into this.
Yeah, well, you should throw out. It's either going to be a Robo, like, right around now, or more gateways eventually. Okay,
yeah,
and it's
Robo.
So, Okay, so what is going to be the, I guess, what is becoming a lot, like a really pretty standard build. I don't know if it's going to be the most standard, but definitely pretty standard. So 2-gate Blink Opener into Colossus. But this is where I finally may be able to start seeing Harstem's mind games. It's really been ForGG doing weird stuff, so Harstem, like, you know, faking Colossus versus Mass Hellions, like, okay, whoop-de-doo, like, I don't understand, but, you know, against regular Bio, he could try and fake out Colossus, which is, I mean, definitely is an option. You have the Twilight Council, you can get one Colossus, no Extendable Lance, and transfer over into High Templars, which, like, they haven't been very good lately because, you know, Widowmine just absolutely wreck Zealots, and that's what you pair up with High Templars, but if you can surprise a Terran opponent, then it usually doesn't matter.
And that is a big deal, because, I mean, we were referencing the series Harstem played versus Bunny not too long ago, and that's kind of the key thing. Like, Bunny did get tricked, like, 4 out of 5 games, and it was not fun for him to deal with that. And, I mean, it does, again, it's not so easy as simply saying, like, you fake out your opponent, just, like, straight up state that fact, but with a little bit of finesse and some dedication. But look at ForGG, like, he was expecting something more to this. He had 2 bunkers down, he's going to drive off these stalkers. Blink is now revealed on top of this.
I really like that he got 2 bunkers. I mean, he's protecting against most things that would have come. The only thing he's missing is an engineer bay and turrets. Yeah. You know, because that would have taken care of the DTs, but they would have already hit. So this takes care of any Blink aggression. I mean, he doesn't have to worry about pulling SCVs at all, or maybe if one bunker went down, you would be a little worried. So, but yeah, like, it's really hard to actually fake out your opponents. So while it might create some, like, anti-climatic games where it's just like, oh, he got tricked, it's super hard to actually do it. I mean, he got blinked. If he just goes for 1 Colossus, like, Blink Stalkers don't really help out the transition to High Templars, even if it is faking it out.
So the SCV's been pulled to repair. I mean, Harstem knows this wasn't going to break anything. Just trying to maybe get some SCV kills for that. Observer gets an eye in the army. We got the Warp Prism setting up some Zealots over here. You know, I like this on Harstem too. We didn't really talk about this, but he had some pretty good Warp Prism play in the past when we've cast him. Not just for our tournaments, but of course things like the odd Zotacs. We'll see him here and there. I really enjoy Protoss players who can use Warp Prisms.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. What's funny is that we had a drop and then we had a War Prism, and they both saw each other. I don't think Harstem saw the drop, but ForGG definitely, like, mindfully tried to steer them back away. So he should know this War Prism is set up to go. Yeah,
I mean, the Stalker's over here waiting to intercept. He's going to give the bit of leeway so he can actually blink into this. He's very intentionally out of position with the Stalkers.
Yeah, so he can blink into it.
Yeah. Good move there. Good move there. But the thing with the War Prism, like, you can wait a while with this. As long as there's no Vikings out. I mean, we talked about maybe Harstem didn't see the drop. He did. I think it's ForGG who didn't see the Warp Prism, actually, because we don't have anything heading that way to deal with it. There's a bunker coming in the main, so he's fully aware that there's going to be something at some point. But, I mean, he's going for the meta priority, and I just feel like 1 Viking would be so beneficial.
I super like... Yeah, okay, so 1 Viking also would be very helpful against Warp Prism players, but... You know, he definitely knows that bunker, and it's like a super cool idea. Didn't we see someone like put a bunker down versus a Protoss player, and we were like, we haven't seen this since like Hellbat days?
Oh, that was on Foxtrot Labs too, wasn't it? I can't remember.
It was on Merry-Go-Round.
Merry-Go-Round, yeah, it was the sickest holds against.
Yeah.
But okay, he's gonna get the pylon here. Not a big deal to kill the pylon, just cuts out reinforcements. But the Twilight Council may go down, and that's gonna be kind of a big deal because it cuts away from upgrades, so you can't go for +2.
Yeah.
It's gonna cut away from the potential of Dark Shrine. I love this snipe.
Yeah, and of course you do want to eventually transition. Now it's not fake out. Obviously, Harstem got 2 Colossus. He's getting Extended Thermal Lance, but you do have to wait longer if you're going to get to Storm. So his choice really right now, like if that was his plan, he can't do it as fast as he could have. So he's gonna have to start, you know, thinking about cranking out more Colossus, because the threat always is ForGG could pull SCVs. You know, if you know your opponent's not gonna have Storm for a while, you could try, and it's actually gonna be, you know, it could be fairly effective. But that's gonna die. And it did. And with ForGG cranking out so many Vikings, it's like,
Whoa. I didn't realize. We got a Widowmine that got 9 kills in the natural while this was going on, by the way.
That's pretty good.
I have no idea when this got here.
It was the Blink Stalkers out of position, so that very first drop.
Okay.
Did something.
Gets picked up by the cannon. Now pushing across the map with a pretty large army supply with +1 weapon upgrades, kind of nullified by the armor, I guess, but it's more like the weapon upgrades nullify the armor of Harstem rather than the other way around. But the Viking count not super high, but 4 at a time. There's some great positioning you can take on Overgrowth, like right around the kitchen here, and big shout out to the Easter egg on the map. If you guys don't know, this is actually a kitchen. There's meat and there's 2 kitchen sinks and fridges. But yeah, so the Blink Stalkers can't blink underneath that. There's non-passable terrain, so you can really abuse Vikings against Colossus on this map.
Yeah, I'm very scared for Harstem, in fact. He got 1 more Colossus, but he really has been cranking that out so fast. So when that Viking count reaches a certain point, it's really good.
It's gonna be interesting. I think these two Woodbines would catch a rallied Colossus moving out.
Oh, well, yeah, that too. I was expecting him to try and drop over there, but it... Oh, okay.
Okay, he cleans it up. It could have been much more scary,
Doom
but
drop,
he is going to be
though.
dropping. You have 4 medevacs coming in. Harstem's got dead space in the south of his base after losing that pylon. Might not see this coming until it's too late. On the left side of the map, he's looking to push that third at the exact same time. Vikings are expecting the Colossus at the third rather than the main, and rightfully so. Harstem sees this coming. Quick reaction, pulls all the probes out of the main. But he's got to defend against this third, and those Vikings are not going to be easy to deal with. Colossus goes down immediately. So does the Nexus.
Yeah,
He loses
the Nexus is the main
double
as well.
snipes.
And the Colossus there needs some help.
ForGG just bulldogging his way here. He's done way too much damage
Go
already.
down.
Yeah. GG, well played. Alright. Game number 4 goes to ForGG. This actually puts him in a very nice lead. 1 win away from victory. At this point, of course, being a best of 7 is first to 4 wins. I've totally got faith in Harstem to start bringing this back, though. I mean, ForGG's just been doing some really off-kilter stuff with timings.